Smurf. When's the show gonna start? As soon as Gargasmell gets here, of course. Who's Gargasmell? You know, the big guy behind us who hangs on to us and makes us take silly things. Oh, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Gargasmell, also known better as Matt Likes Comics. Yay! Hi, everybody. Yes, I'm being a little silly tonight. I had to have a quick change of plans with regards to the show today, so I thought I'd just have a little fun with you're going to buy them. They're going to be here. You might as well use them. So, welcome, everybody. Unfortunately, Lyle couldn't be with us tonight, so we're going to have a little bit of some fun tonight. I'm going to open the floor to questions. I'm going to drop a link in a couple minutes, and if anybody wants to come on, they can, say hi, talk a bit. You will be more than welcome to come on. I'm just going to sit here tonight. We're going to have some fun. Somehow, we're going to have some fun. Whether it's playing with Smurfs or looking at awesome comics, we're going to do so. Before we get into craziness, although you may think I've already been there based on all the comments, let's say hi to everybody who showed up tonight so far. Hi, K. Munin. It's good to see you, Andres. Lyle will be with me again very soon, by the way. K. Munin, we're going to figure it out. He's having some things he has to take care of, so he wasn't able to come tonight. Rob Saint, how are you? I'm glad to see you here. It's great to see you. And, of course, it's always good to see Robbie. Robbie will be here next week. He's going to be my guest, and he's going to be showing us some wonderful stuff. Hello, Brian. Great job with you did with the award ceremony. You made a good choice in picking Eric and Nate to be your hosts. It was a good time. And let's see who else we've got here. Second Floor Comics is here. Hi, Second Floor. Welcome in. We're having a good time. John Harrison, good to see you again. Kenny Numbers, welcome to the show. Thank you very much. I appreciate your kind words. Rich is here. Hi, Big Nasty. Let's see here. Steve Hughes has made it in. Hi. Steve, I liked your little picture, by the way. You should be here more often with that. Corey or Kari is here today. How are you all the way from Denmark? It's good to see you. And Mark is here. Mark's Issues with Archie Comics. Another great video he did that went on this morning. I'm personally becoming a big fan of the dad jokes that are on the Archie covers, and I never thought I would be in that sort of situation. So it's good to see. Nate's here. How are you, Nate? For those that don't know, Nate is back on. He's going to be on again at 8 o'clock, as is said in my little banner down here. I don't think it's the FOMO squad per se, but I'm certain that Eric will be there and probably some other people. Doc is in tonight. Good to see you, Doc. Man Cave. Glad to have you here. Condition not considered. It's good for you. Great to see you. Glad to have you by. And let's see, Steven has dropped into the house. Thank you, Steven. The Monday night show last night, in case you missed it, was really cool last night. They did a lot of Raw Dog books, and it's always nice for me, personally, as a Raw collector for the most part. It's always nice to see some Raw books of the special, of the good and awesome variety. So I am going to start right now. I'm dropping a link. If anybody wants to come on and say hi and or talk comics or show something, you are more welcome to come on. In the meantime, see, Steve Hughes agrees with me how killer it was. As Dope here. Hi, Dope. Good to see you. So in the meantime, if you've got any questions, you can throw them out there. Okay, that's a good question, Second Floor Comics. I have read the facsimile of Action 252. Any idea as to why the Grail cover page story is the third story in the book? I can answer that question. I actually do know why it's a third story. The Metallo story was first because the solo Superman story had been the first thing in Action Comics literally since day one. After that, they tended to put features in based on length of the feature. And so, generally speaking, a feature which was coming into the book for the first time would be the last story in the book, because there's a good chance that the person buying the book would not be as interested in the last story as they might be in the first. It was also a big tradition, so to speak, around that time, certainly with adventure comics and sometimes with action, that the cover actually would reflect the last story in the book, unless of course it was the unless the last feature was something like Zatara or something like that they used to have back in the day before Supergirl came in and such. And again, K Munin, that is correct. The facts I was just going to say, the facsimile, specifically the Silver Age Classics version from 1992, is actually starting to creep up in price. I've seen it going, I personally paid 20 Canadian for mine, and I've seen it hit 25 US not too long ago in a very near mint raw. I'm not so sure. I haven't looked it up. It's the facsimile, so I don't think a lot of people have actually sent that into CGC. Therefore, I'm not sure if you'd be able to find a price for that with regards to what's going on with that. So, Nate, I don't know what Nate's got planned tonight. I hope it's going to be awesome, and I hope everybody here goes over to check it out afterwards. Okay, let's see. Kari is asking to see some Lois Lanes. Well, it just so happens that Lois Lane, I was looking at some of those books today earlier. I can grab them real fast. Last Stand of Krypton, Lex. There we go. I just randomly grabbed a bunch of them right here. Hi, Adam. Welcome to the show. As I said, if anybody wants to jump on, they're more than welcome. I'll put a link in again. In the meantime, let's look at some Lois's. The earliest book of Lois that I actually have is this one, issue 32. This is Lois Lane's Revenge on Superman. Lau, welcome to the show. Okay, so we've shot 9 and 32 here. The next one up is this. This one is actually pretty cool. This is the Phantom Lois Lane, and this is number 33, and it's issue 33, and it's actually a really good story. You got Lana Lang, of course, sitting on the thing there, the Eternal Rivals, and yet again, Lois is in another dimension, and they think she's dead and or ghost, and so there we go. We got that one. Let's see here. Here's another one of those I've seen. I'm sure everybody's seen it. Issue 34, where Lois is allegedly married to Lex in an imaginary story. Of course, at this point, we're close. I believe, we've been in the 12 cent for the whole one. I don't have any 10 cent Lois's yet. Who did the covers? For the most part, the covers in this period were done by Kurt Schaffenberger. The odd Kurt Swan and or, for example, this one here is actually Kurt Swan. But the odd Kurt Swan and or Neil Adams is there until the 70s, in which case you got some Nick Cardy, you've got some other guys like, that are around quite a bit. Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen, when Jimmy Olsen was picked up by Jack Kirby, was picked up by Jack Kirby because Jack Kirby, when he came over, he actually said, give me the book that's selling the worst and I'll do what I can. And sure enough, at the time, that was Jimmy Olsen. And that's why Jimmy Olsen ended up the book that Jack Kirby did his Fourth World in the first place, because it was dead. But Lois sales were not going as well. In fact, because the sales of Lois and Jimmy were dying and Supergirl hadn't quite gotten as far on her own, that's why they came up with the Superman family book. They decided to take all three features, combine them into one huge bi-monthly, and it sold much better that way. This is No Lois is Not Dead on that cover, K. Munin. This one here is number 36. I think Steven showed this the other night. This was a good one, though. Hi, Wvogs. Glad to see you on the show tonight. If you want to come on, I've put a link on the chat there. If you want to come on there with Wvogs. So as I said, this one that Steven showed the other day, and yes, someone made a comment about the Cinderella book. Here is the Cinderella book, number 48. Where, Lois, of course, has the evil stepsisters. And one of them, of course, is a slightly uglier looking Lana Lang. And, of course, the other stepsister and Superman is there. We have a question here from Robbie. Robbie's asking, what's my short-term goals for my collection? Well, that is actually a good question, and I've been giving some thought. And what I've decided to do at the moment is I'm going to read what I have. I've got one more show before the end of the year, at the end of November. I'm going to buy a few books there, and then I'm going to take December and January off from buying new books so that I can organize what I have and be in a position to know exactly where to go from there. So I haven't exactly picked yet, but I'm going to try and get new Superman books, for example, and Conan books that I don't have at the next show and go from there. Next up is number 50, and we've brought a guest. Hi, Wvogs. I'm not sure how to pronounce that.
Wvogs. You're fine.
Wvogs. Welcome to the show. How are you tonight?
Good, man. Hey, I've been following you for a while now, man. You've been killing it, so I'm really happy.
Thank you very much. I've watched you. I don't think I've seen your channel as much because I am subscribed to you, but you don't seem to hit my feed very much. Do you do a lot of videos?
I do. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm going to make a point of checking that out tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
I do see you a lot on a lot of streams, though.
Yes, that's the goal.
So, welcome to the show. How are you, first of all?
I'm good, man. I got 30 minutes, and then I got a show I'm on a regular on at 8 p.m. Paul and the 619 and his amazing friends.
Paul and the 619. Yes, I think I've seen that one before. I'm definitely subscribed to Paul as well.
Yeah, let me get my Superman books. You're showing some cool ones. I'll get
awesome.
Mine.
You go ahead. I'll finish up here. This one is Lois Lane 50. Lois Lane's plot against Lana Lang. Steve Hughes, I am going to do a Kurt Swan show on not the next Superman Sunday show, but the Sunday show after that will be Kurt Swan will be the topic. And because I'm pulling out, the problem I have with the Kurt Swan is I want to make sure my guests show stuff. So I only pick 10 to 15 books on any given Superman show. And to decide which Kurt Swan covers to show will take me a while, because I would like to show ones that I didn't show on the top 10 favorite artists not too long ago. So I want some time to think about that, because Kurt's best covers, I find, were in the early 60s, because actually by the time the 70s come around, he didn't do a lot of the Superman covers. Considering he did the interiors, it was surprising. But Neil Adams, Nick Cardy, and Gil Kane did most of the Superman action covers in the 1970s and 80s. So we're working on that. All right. That is true, the Second Floor Comics. They did recycle a lot of stories, and there was a reason behind that. Mort Weisinger, who was the editor of Superman Comics back at that time, he believed that the audience for comic books changed about every 3 to 5 years. So therefore, every 3 to 5 years, he felt he could recycle some of the same plots. Hi, Adam. I'll just finish answering this question. 5 years. He used to feel he could recycle the same plots because these people. Just finish answering this question. 5 years. He used to feel he could recycle the same plots because so that when that happened, he would renew everything again. They would make slight changes for the fans that they kept for over the years, but the fact is they did recycle a lot of plots. Adam, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks so much.
Congratulations on your win.
I was gonna get on here.
We took care of it.
I was gonna get on here to say the 2-time award-winning Matt likes comics.
Oh, thank you, Adam. That's it's really appreciative.
I really, when I was watching the show going on, and seeing some early things, but when your for award for most informative came up, I went, yes! Like, I was so pumped watching, and I startled my dogs that were upstairs.
Yes, my wife sort of poked her head. I made enough noise on that one. And then, of course, while I was trying to get on Brian's show, they announced the next one, which I didn't stick around for because I didn't think I had a shot. So here I am trying to get on because I'm trying to find the email that was sent. I couldn't remember under what name it was sent on Instagram. And then I hear that I won a second one, and Alan, I could hear yelling, Matt, you won too. So I sit here.
Well, I've never watched one of those live before. So it was kind of fun. Like, they sent out the thing early, just to let everybody know if you happen to get win, you can jump on. So I jumped on actually before the show started because I didn't know any better. And I was like, Brian, feel free to kick me out of here if you need to get out of here. I just don't know how this works.
What's up, Poppin' Adam?
Well, Adam, it was cool to see. I was disappointed Rad didn't get it, in the sense that because Rad has been here for 4 or 5 years and he does a hell of a job. If you've seen some of the stuff he does on church and stuff. Yeah. And the thing is that your category only applies to people who are amateurs. Once you start getting paid for work, you can't be in in that category anymore.
Right.
So unfortunately, Rad is at the point because he started to get paid for his work, so that he can't stay there anymore.
Oh,
but
that's too bad.
That is not to take away from your win. That was still an amazing win. I mean, considering how small of a channel you are, and you are criminally undersubs. Okay, we need if you are not. If you are not subbed to Adam, get off your butt and go over and do so right now.
It's all good.
Okay.
No, yeah. I mean, the only person that I was familiar with for the artist category was Rad at that point. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I had in my head, I was like, yeah, there's no way I have a chance at that. So I was just thinking like, I didn't have a chance at anything, but honored, definitely humbled. Makes me, I hope maybe Rad can just not take any money. And let's pump him up for next year or whatever, So
well,
there's some great people in the categories.
You as an artist would know that, like, any chance you can to make money doing the things you love, you take it. I mean, honestly, if I love comic books because I love comic books, but if someone was to I'm getting close, I'm not there yet, but I'm getting close to retirement from my job. And honestly, if someone was to offer me a part-time job at a comic book store when I'm done, I would take it. I would jump on that just for the sake of being around the comics and talking comics all the time. I mean, people would get sick of me fast if I kept doing live streams every day when I'm retired. So I wouldn't.
Well, I mean, if you were to work in a comic shop, like, you would be gold for that comic shop. I mean, in terms of like your knowledge base and what you would be able to tell the customers, like, they couldn't keep stuff in stock.
Because of before COVID, there was one guy who was really trying to recruit me. And he's like, just, come in one day a week. I'm like, I have young children and a full-time job. And of course, this is before YouTube, right? At the time, I was writing my blog. So, and he was like, come on. And I had to say, no, I'm sorry. As much as I'd love to. I mean, I'm here 3 times a week anyway. Just ask me when I'm there.
I help out at my LCS. And so I just, I don't get paid or anything, but I just go in there and I help them price books and stuff like that. And so
not even close, Jason. Sorry.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny. Like I help out at my LCS, and then we also have a thrift store, and I'm kind of the comic guy for that. So anything that gets donated, like in my city, I usually see before it goes on sale. So I kind of get first dibs on all that stuff, which is kind of
very cool,
a cool deal. But yeah, I don't, don't get paid for any of it other than, just like helping them out and that kind of thing. So, yeah.
Well, let's take a few minutes and make Wvogs big, because he did take some time to go get some books to show us. So go ahead, show us what you got. I will chirp in with questions and or comments.
Of course, man. Yeah. Hey, thanks for having me, man. And either of you are welcome on my live stream anytime I go live or whatever.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Book. So, I'll tell the story how I got each one. I bought this one. I brought the Superman family, basically, because you're the Superman guy. This is Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane, number 108.
One of my favorite stories of all time. Actually, it's not just because the Jack the Ripper is the villain in that book, but one of the reasons I like the fact that it's a Jack the Ripper book is because I'm very, very interested in the actual Jack the Ripper story. So,
I love Jack the Ripper. Yeah, I do too. Shout out, I don't know if you know Lady Fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
She's been on the channel.
She gave me this at Heroes Con as a gift.
Very cool.
Oh,
that
nice.
is one of Nate's favorite books.
I bought this from Matt, Heroes for Hire. Look at this beautiful modern day Lois Lane.
Oh, yes, that is a beaut. Do you know who the artist is?
Looks like Adam Hughes.
It looks Hughes-ish.
Yes, it sure does. But I'm not sure. I mean, Adam Hughes did some Power Girl, and he's done a Supergirl or two. I'm not sure he did any Lois.
It is Hughes.
Oh, very cool. Then I stand
and
corrected.
I've met Hughes before.
Yep, there's Nate with his
Supergirl special
Centaur.
number 1.
Good book.
What's up, Nate? Great job hosting the other night. Supergirl number 1. This is the Pablo Villalobos.
Nice.
Yeah, he's kind of the next Hughes in his style a lot.
Yes.
It really looks a lot
He is
like
really good.
Yes.
That is one heck of a book.
Frank Cho and Sabine Rich, Supergirl special number 1.
Nice. Frank Cho's another one that I'd like to get more art from.
Supergirl Rebirth DC Rebirth with my girl, Batgirl.
Oh, yes.
If
That's another fun. You know
didn't
what?
I PC Batman, Batgirl, Barbara, Rogue, Deadpool, Optimus Prime, and Mary Jane Watson.
Very cool. That's a good lineup of people. That sounds like
I
something.
saw this at one of my shops. Action Comics 1075. Look at that.
Oh, yes. That's the one with the eagle on it, eh?
Yep.
Yes, that's a beautiful. I saw that book. I almost bought it, but I got distracted by another book.
I have a Justice League and stuff. I'll send you pictures of later. It's just I have to go.
Oh, very cool.
But what's it called? I'm only missing the Wonder Woman. I was sent these. This is the Jim Lee Superman.
Yes, that is by far one of the most iconic and recognizable books from that series.
Amen. John Jang, I've met him at Heroes Con because I live in Charlotte. I'm going to get him to sign this Superman next year, number 8.
Nice. That's in the Fortress of Solitude, I'm guessing? Because at first I thought it was bullets, but then I realized that might be the crystals.
Death of Superman.
Yes, we'll be covering that on Biggie Shack's channel soon.
Good, nice. Superman first appearance of Steel, Superboy, Eradicator, and Cyborg Superman.
Another good one.
Got this on, what was it, Superman Day?
Yes, I got that too. It was pretty cool. Superman Day was a lot of fun.
I also got this. I'm a Batman guy, but I don't hate Superman.
Yeah, I'm a super guy, but I love Batman too. So
This, like I said, Barbara Gordon's my Batgirl. I got this Superman number 279.
mhm. Yes, okay, that is cool. I loved that in the 70s. There was a couple of issues where Batgirl and Superman teamed up, and it was because Bruce Wayne told Clark Kent, "Go and take her out. Go to Washington and take her out. She needs to see some familiar faces."
Yep, absolutely. What's it called? And then I don't know why this is a Batman book, but it's a Superman cover. It's Batman 161. The what's his name?
Yeah, I
Cover.
believe he's in the book, which is why he might be the cover, but he's certainly in some of the books around there because he came to help Dick at one point, and then he came to, excuse me, he was with Damian briefly as well.
Yep.
Around that time. So
I think my favorite Superman book that involved, I got a Heroes Con for like $10. Someone found it for me because I was looking for it. And I was like, oh, thanks, I'll pay. And they're like, nope, I'm paying. They're like, it's your con, you live here. It was World's Finest 169. Third appearance of Batgirl, first team up with Supergirl.
Yep, I have that one. That's the one. If I remember correctly, that's the one where the Batmobile's broken down on the cover.
Yep, and Batman and it's Catwoman and Lana, Catwoman and someone are disguising as Batgirl, and
No, it was actually Batmite and Mixelplick.
yeah, they're disguised.
Yes, they're disguised, and it's hilarious. It's hilarious because Superman and Batman do not get
They're
what's
oblivious.
going on. They're completely oblivious to it, and it's hilarious. It's just great.
I'll be right back.
Okay, Adam, do you have anything you'd like to show off a little bit?
Yeah, I can show a few things. I put this. So we had Yuko Smith at our comic shop this Saturday, and I'm usually brought in to kind of be the handler for them. And if you haven't seen Yuko Smith, he's an amazing artist. He's kind of like one of those artists that's he's usually at a lot of cons. He's in the he lives in the, I want to say, the Cincinnati area, somewhere in Ohio. But he we invited him down because we've been fans of his stuff for a while, and it was cool to hang out with him for the day. And I got a couple of prints from him, and one, as I'm a big Fantastic Four fan, I got this one, which is cool, but it's got all the different characters all around him there. And then I got MF Doom print. So I'm a big Dr. Doom fan, but do you know MF Doom, Matt?
And not really, no.
Okay, all right. So you gotta get.
I'll be honest. My
My
Marvel knowledge, for the most part, is from movies, and I say pre-bankrupt Marvel.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. MF Doom is a rapper.
Okay.
And he died a few years ago. But MF Doom has a big following, and he wears a Dr. Doom mask when he raps. All of his, and I kind of found out about him because of my love for Dr. Doom, but he a lot of his albums that he does, he actually takes little snippets in between the songs of Dr. Doom from the 1960s Fantastic Four cartoons and inserts those in there. So it's pretty cool to like hear a song and then you're flashback to the cartoon there. So I was actually just rebagging and boarding some stuff that I had gotten, and a lot of this came from, well, these first did not, but I know you're a big Legion fan.
Yeah.
And I've picked up. I have these are just three. I got these Legion stories.
Oh, nice.
That
That is one of the best storylines that the Legion was ever involved with. The Great
yeah.
Death.
Yeah, and I had a friend of mine that was recommending this story, and I have all the. I guess it's 5 parts to it.
It is 5 parts to it, to the actual story. But, and this is where the but comes in. The way Paul Levitz, who writes the Legion in that era, works. Hi, Bleeker. Good to see you.
Hey, Bleak.
The way it works in that era was he set that story up for a good small bits, a good 3 to 4 issues before.
Okay.
And then a year later in one of the annuals, Darkseid returns. And they're not aware Darkseid is there, but he gets his revenge.
Okay.
Like there's it's pretty cool, like how it's built over the years.
Yeah, well, I wanted to try out these 5 first, and these are 3 of them, and then I have the other 2 elsewhere that I just need to piece them together as I'm sorting and things like that.
Well, the one you just held up is the climax.
Right. So yes, I'm excited to dip my toes into some Legion stuff. But a lot of the rest of these books here, most of them came from. So I went to like this really small con, and they were doing. There was this big booth that was just trying to get rid of a lot of surplus overstock that they had. And they started off at the very beginning of the show. You went up to them and they're like, "Oh, $5 a book." And I was like, "Oh, there's some pretty decent stuff." You circle around about half an hour later, it's like $3 a book, and then it was like $2 a book, and so that changes the world, right? When you're doing that kind of stuff. So a lot of these were like $2.
Oh,
that's
heck
nice
yeah!
book. That's
so for some ASM, for $2, like you just pick it up.
You can't
It
beat
doesn't
that.
matter what it is. Any ASM for $2 is a bargain.
Yeah. And these are all ones I did not have. So I was kind of excited about that. A couple
Are you going
annuals.
for the run?
Not really. So I have a good run. Like I have 238 through 375. That was kind of like my focus.
Mhm.
But when so I'm kind of mostly done with that. But when you see this kind of stuff, it kind of is like, I have smatterings of things throughout. Not a lot of pre 100, but I have a few, but not a lot of them there. But yeah, I've got some cool annuals and stuff just to fill some things. Got a Captain America there with Red Skull and Hydra and all
Very
that's great cover.
Captain America with the Red Skull are my favorite. Well, I should say Red Skull covers are my favorite Captain America books.
Oh yeah. And then got some Chamber of Chills, and I'm working on. I think I finished my Chamber of Darkness run, so that was one that was there. But a lot of these were like $2 ones.
Is Chamber of Darkness? I think I've got one of them. Is Chamber of Darkness a complete? Is it all reprints, or was there?
It's all new stuff.
It's all new stuff. Okay, then
Yeah.
what was the reprint one?
Chamber of Chills had mostly reprints, and there was a lot of the Marvel horror, like Where Creatures Roam and Where Monsters Dwell, like all of those are reprints. And then they had some that were like a few issues were new, or one story is new, and the rest is reprint. So they kind of did a little bit of everything in there. And then I got some, FF. These are more duplicates, but for the price you got to get. That's the first Frankie Ray Nova.
Frankie Ray Nova. I think I have that one. What's the number on that?
244.
You know what FF cover I just picked up? So it's funny. I went to see the movie a few days after it came out, and then my friend and I are like, after the movie, one of my comic shops, I'm like, "What time is it?" He's like, 6, and I'm like, not hungry yet. You want to go to the comic shop? He doesn't collect. I do. He supports me. He's like, yeah, why not? I go. I get the one that's like this, the vertical one where it's like Johnny and all of them. The one I picked up that I love is the one where it's the Galactus, but like half of it's a skeleton skull.
Oh yeah, it's split down the middle.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was when I saw that, I was like, I have to grab that cover. It is so cool.
Yeah, well, that's all in that John Byrne era. Just
Yeah,
great
I have
stuff.
a bunch of the Burn FF, and that's what I'm saying. Like I picked up the other day. I was at a store and I picked up 4 issues of Fantastic Four from the 200s. They were pre-burn, but it's still anytime you can get some Fantastic Four, I got them for cheap.
Yeah,
You do that too.
I got to show off my
Nice.
giant sized man thing.
My favorite title ever.
John ties me. That's
Here's another DC one for you, Matt. But a House of Secrets.
House of
This is
Secrets.
111. Really cool cover.
Matt Chonka would like these.
Jocko would like these very much. Yes.
I have a Del Dos #1 I bought at a comic and records. Or no, we have a place called Second and Charles.
Oh
and
yeah.
I bought it for like $10.
Oh,
Very
nice,
cool.
nice. And this one's original Swamp Thing saga, but it reprints some of the early. This is I think this is like the second one, but it reprints 3 of the original Len Wein, Bernie Wrightson Swamp Thing. Here's one for you, Matt. Son of Satan.
Son of Satan. Yes, I have that.
I'm also been working on this one a little bit. I like his character a lot too. So I'm right there with you.
Reasonable price. The only expensive books from any of those, like more than $20, is the first appearance in the Ghost Rider.
Yeah, that Marvel Spotlight 12. Yeah, that's it.
That's the other one. Yeah.
And then the other, I mentioned the other place that I do some, like for thrift shop that they got a bunch of these in. These are Whitman variant reprint kind of things, but for several Star Wars books. I have another one, but that's somewhere else.
And Adam, I wanted to say, huge ups to you what you did for Christina, the picture of her in the Superman.
Oh yeah.
God, she loves talking about it.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Star Wars 4 is number 5.
Oh, they're good books too.
But
You guys need to come down my neck of the woods and come to Heroes Con. It is
I'm usually down there. I wasn't there this year, but yeah, planning on being there next year. So number 7, number 8
I was about to say
Jackson the Rabbit.
Of Jackson the Rabbit. Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
Jackson's awesome. And number 9.
Imagine if he was in the movies.
Actually,
I would like that.
When it was the expanded universe, still before Disney completely canceled it, Jackson was hated more than Jar Jar.
I know.
I mean, he only had the 2 appearances, and he was hated more than Jar Jar.
And then I picked this one up. This is the what they call the period issue, because there's like menstrual things that happen that turn women into wolves once a month.
You mean that doesn't happen on the regular?
What's that?
I said, you mean that doesn't happen on the regular?
Yeah, I'm not getting into that.
Right.
And then the last one here,
We found another character K Munin doesn't like.
Oh, everyone hates Jar
Jar Jar. Yeah,
I know, but
dude,
also love the K Munin. Also love the very long.
Do you guys remember in?
Very good.
Do you guys remember in Robot Chicken where he's this Force ghost and he's waking up Darth Vader? He's like, "How the hell are you?"
Yeah, I'm all sparkly. Yay!
Yeah. He's like Little Annie, and he's like, "That's not my name anymore, Little Annie."
Ooh, I like set. You can unbiggen me. Yeah, that was the last one with the Richard Corbin cover that John put up there. I like Second Floor's question up here. Yes, one bullet in the gun. Who dies, Jar Jar, Lois, or Ferret?
And it's for K Munin. Personally, for me, it would be Jar Jar.
It's Jar Jar.
Oh yeah.
I don't think you could kill Ferret because he's too fast. And why would I shoot Lois?
There's no point.
Exactly.
You know who I'd rather kill than Lois? That annoying girl, Miss Tessmacher from the movie.
Miss Tessmacher!
Miss
Lau says Porgs and Admiral Holdo are as bad as Jar Jar. I would say that about the.
No, I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, Admiral Holdo, the character could have been a little better.
You
At
know
the same time, I don't think she's as annoying as everybody puts it out.
who's that Jedi? I didn't hate him because he was annoying. He was just a pain in the butt. In the Clone Wars, they killed him. He was the Jedi who was actually dark. Oh,
I don't remember. It's
Tom
been a
Krell.
long time.
Krell. I
Krell.
hate Krell. I didn't like Krell.
Have you got anything else you want to show to WVogs or?
No, I have to go in 5 minutes. But
Yeah.
it's been.
Well, actually, we're going to be wrapping up in a minute or so because I usually wrap up by 45 minutes. So.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. It was
Real quick, one more from the Lois Lane collection, because if I don't show this one after I've pulled it, I'll be very bad. This, of course, is Herco from number 54. Bring back Herco. I will say this every time I show this book. James Gunn, we need Herco. Put him in the movies. Cool. Even if he's just a background character, he is awesome. That's why every one of my videos has the hashtag bring back Herco.
So Matt, tell me the story of that story.
Of Herco?
I need to find that one. Yeah.
Okay. Herco makes 2 appearances. He makes a second appearance in number 57. Okay. But Herco basically is this monster from another dimension who's brought here by accident. And he follows Lois Lane around. He seems to like her. He likes her very much. He pulls flowers for her because he sees other people, doing the rituals of mating, right? Okay. And the next thing you know, like he starts doing all the things, like he gets her flowers, he brings her food, that kind of stuff. And this is his attempt at an engagement ring.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a light post. He's, of course, very strong. And eventually Lois has to lure him back into his own dimension.
Aww.
And she feels very sad about it because she thinks he's very sweet.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's a nice story.
Thank God that guy's gone.
So Superman doesn't try to beat him up, does he?
No, Superman is in the background. He's the one who discovers that Herco, because, there's reports of a monster in the park, right? So he shows up to check it out. And yes, that would be really cool. Second floor's like in the next movie, it should be in a cage in the fortress. That's not a bad idea. That would make an interesting cameo. Perhaps I will try and find an email that I can send that idea off, and second floor, I will give you credit for it. Anyway, I want to take a couple minutes just before we go to really say thank you to everybody who voted for me on the awards. I was so blown away by that second win. I mean, everybody knows that I did kind of push a little bit for the, most informative. That one was a point of pride with me because I do a lot of research for these, for my non-live videos and stuff. Plus, I mean, I'm interested in comic books, period. I've been talking to Alan about we might set up a back and forth where I'll call it, if you remember DC in the 70s, they had this thing in the back called the Answer Man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of becoming the answer man and having, Alan or somebody read me the questions and then I would answer them on the thing. But I want to do it that way because then I'd have time to research the answers and not go, I don't know, but that's in the future, whatever, because Alan's time is pretty tough. But I want to take a moment to thank Adam and WVogs for coming on and joining us. I've had a very good time having a conversation with you guys. Gentlemen. It was great to see your books. I hope you have a great show on your next one.
Thank you. Yes, and you guys are welcome on mine anytime. Y'all have a great night. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
appreciate
you very
it.
much. Everybody out there, if you're here, go catch Nate on his channel at 8:00. And for those that are watching on the rewind, thank you very much for taking time to join us and watch us as well. We are at we are 78 subs away from the giveaway. So I'll keep that in mind, and I'm getting everything ready. Thank you, everybody who came tonight. My name's Matt. I like comics and Smurfs, and I hope you do too. Bye, everybody. Here I am about to touch this, thinking it was my phone.